It's everything. It's without sounding like a salesman, it's everything. It's one-on-one coaching, it's therapy, it's personal training, it's dietary, it's fitness help, it's exercise and workouts, it's group work, it's moral support. You can go off and do each of these things individually, but this journey, as I call it, is everything. It's all there. You don't need to fall into all of that gumph and crap. So I've probably saved a lot of money just by having, again, the support to steer you away from the fads and the diets and the rest of it. But it's not a diet. Probably the standard thing we always hear: overweight, unhappy, unhealthy, fat, tired, miserable, quick to temper, all of that stuff that comes along with it, really. Just miserable and kind of stuck, if I'm honest. It's hard to get into any routine or do exercise because you just feel low, and then it's like a vicious cycle, just dragging you back down, I suppose. Again, kind of that self-deprecating circle of it just compiles, it makes it worse. You feel unhealthier, you feel more lethargic because you're tired, you feel less energized to do stuff, you've got less interest in work and social life and everything, really. I think the way it affected me more mentally, like I've mentioned, more lethargic and less engaging. I probably slowly but surely started doing less with my daughter. You're so unhappy with how you've got there. You're angry with yourself. A good expression of it is you kick the cat. Somebody comes home, has a bad day, work, they kick the cat. The cat goes and attacks somebody, and that goes on and builds, and it just spirals, and the next person in line gets it. So I think it's that, being angry at yourself for letting yourself get in a state, it's just not taking care of yourself, really. So you're just angry and you just sort of project that at everybody and everything. How the hell did that happen? How did I get into this way where I just let that go and just kept getting heavier? Just laziness, I suppose. Loads of little things, and then they all build up and add to it all. It's it could be a case of I got comfortable in a section of my life, so I got a bit lazier in other sections, and then you just do less and less of everything, fitness and engaging and all of it, and slowly slunk into this state of being where it was just marking time, really, rather than getting on and doing anything. And the sudden realization of how heavy I was, heaviest I've ever been, that was a real eye-opener. It was time to shake myself, throttle myself by the neck like Bart Simpson. I think, I started looking for, obviously, dietary tips, exercise tips, things of the sort. And that's when I came across one of my friends who'd actually worked with Mike. So I started looking at his page and his testimonials and things. And I think the moment for me of realising that was the way I wanted to go was when I saw he put a post up about progress with actual clients. And just reading it, you could see it was real life people, real things. He's not saying everybody will lose 19 stone in a week. It was a very real advert for the whole process, and everything was going to be what I needed. Previously, I tried diets, from the military 3-day diet to, no carbs and some different types of exercises, all sorts of gym work. And I had 2 personal one-on-one training sessions each week in a gym, and I challenged the instructor to really push me to make sure they really put me through my paces so I could get my money's worth. And disappointingly, at the end of that, I hadn't lost anything, and I went hell for leather. Just a whole load of different messing around, none of which either felt right or really stuck. If I hadn't have joined it, I think I would have just slunk back into my old routines. You do some exercises, you eat healthier for a short while, and then slowly but surely you just relax it and you're straight back to where you started. Kind of like joining a gym in January. The biggest concerns are by far, is this going to work? Have I got to get a tattoo? Am I going to become a member of a cult? But my biggest concerns were, is this the right program for me? But I'm fairly confident it was. I'm one of them people, I research a lot into things before diving in. And the second one was, would I keep up with it? Would I, do it and do it properly? The one-to-ones, the chatting, it's the things we talk about. It's quite a smart lad, so it's quite intellectual conversations. He opened my eyes to a lot of things. It's not just fitness and food. There's so much more in there. Healthy lifestyle, healthy body, healthy mind, and then everything starts to add up. The one-to-ones, the conversations, really getting into things. You almost consider it like having a bit of therapy, if I'm honest. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. I'm like, I've had my therapy session, I'm feeling good, feeling a bit pumped up, ready to go, hit the next week running again. I think these things are all very different for everybody. For me personally, one of my biggest struggles has always been motivation. And there's a couple of days when you just wake up, zero energy, you drag yourself out of bed, you tell your alarm to shut up and throw it against the wall, and I'm sitting there thinking, just can't be bothered today. And just being motivated by interacting with other members going through it within the group, and the responses from them and Michael, and they're just like, it happens, you all have a bad day, just shrug it off, get started if you can, and you'll see it's not a problem. And it's true. I'm 60 seconds into it and I'm like, yeah, do you know what, this isn't that big a problem, I'm going now, it's fine, I'm feeling ready to go for the day, rather than that initial, oh god, here we go again. But it was the motivation and the support of the team, the group, that helped me with that one. Gonna do the work, definitely do it, because it's fully personal, one-to-one. What worked for me might not work for the next guy, but that's not what Mike's program does. It's what works for you. At one point, week 2 or week 3, I actually had a wrist and shoulder injury. No problem. And he comes back and says, right, well then you do this, or you lay off that for 4 or 5 days, let it heal over, or everything's very personal. And like I say, the group chats that I like, the one-to-ones with him, you discuss a lot of things and discover a lot of things. It engages your brain to think about it. It's totally personal, set up for the individual. No one else's journey is going to be yours. It never could be. But if you're going to put the effort in, then Mike's your man. Definitely. Putting up with my crap jokes, probably. I just got to thank him for opening my eyes. Some of the conversations we had, and one of the things Mike pointed out is it's equally important to have a U day if you need one up here more than all the rest of it. It just, wow, yeah. Just thanks for it all, buddy. Better across the board, more positive, more energy, more time. I don't really notice being tired anymore. I mean, you get late nights or something, you'll be like, I'm feeling tired, but that feeling of just constant exhaustion is gone. Feeling more comfortable in clothes, you know, got a pair of trousers in the wardrobe. I only put them on for the photos because they were the tightest ones I've got. And the last photos I did in these tight trousers, they weren't tight and I forgot I had them on and I'd sat around in them all morning. So yeah, loads and loads of little wins, which all add up. I'm moderately proud. I'm more impressed and astounded, if I'm honest. I wouldn't say I've gone hell for leather at it. You know, I've given it a good effort. I haven't gone mad on it. And the results are still staggeringly good, I think.